Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning.
That's it.
You see it?
That's it. Aaron Rodgers and the Pack are back. The NFC is over.
Yeah.
The Bucs are done.
Yeah, put them on
Isn't that
notice.
right? Isn't that what you're going to say?
Notice? He put on Tom Terrific on notice, let you know.
I don't think so.
Aaron Rodgers had something to say about the criticism, the trolls. Let me break it down for you guys. We will talk about the Packers right now. Aaron Rodgers and the Pack, well, they overcame a slow start and halftime deficit last night as they steamrolled the Lions 35-17. The reigning MVP looked like his old self, throwing for 4 touchdowns and only 5 incompletions on the night. And after the game, Rodgers told reporters, quote, "There's so many overreactions that happen on a week-to-week basis, so it's nice to come out, have a good performance, and get the trolls off our back for at least a week." So, Shannon, give Rodgers a letter grade for last night.
I gave him a big old fat C. That's what I gave him, Skip, because I think...
Wait a minute.
C.
You're the president. No, you used to be the president of the fan club. You're not anymore, right?
I call it, I'm right down the middle. I call it like I see it.
Really?
I thought Aaron Rodgers did what I expected him to do against not a very good football team. What does Fox Bet have him at? 5 wins? So this is a team that he should... Detroit. Yeah, this is a team he should have come out and did what he did. Skip, I'm not rewarding a college senior that graduated magna cum laude with winning a 5th grade spelling bee. That's what you should do. So for me, Aaron Rodgers coming out throwing for 4 touchdowns on 22 of 27 for 200 and 38, 45 yards, whatever, 55 yards, whatever it was, that's what I expected him to do against a team that's not very good. And so he did what I expected. But I think the thing is, Skip, and I tweeted last night, the reason why the Packers tolerated Aaron Rodgers' bull jive this offseason is that 2 throws. The chimney throw to Devontae Adams on 3rd down, and I think 3 or 4 plays later, he came back to Tunyon. Sorry. We've been calling him Tunyon. It's Tunyon. I heard the enunciation after the game. It's Tunyon.
I'm still not sure about that, but I thought it was Tunyon, but what do I know?
Steve Levy said Tunyon. So.
Now they all started saying it last night.
So I'm going to go with...
I think that was a runaway train that went completely off the tracks, but go ahead.
Okay. It was throws like that, Skip, and you see this throw right here. This is what we call a chimney throw. He's dropping the ball down the chimney. Call him Santa Claus, because he couldn't get down the chimney himself, so he just dropped the presents down the chimney. And then here it is again. He winds it up, lets it go. That's a perfect. Devontae, that's a handoff. And here's the throw right here against 2-man, right down the bam. So those 2 throws were sensational. But as an overall grade, Skip, I mean, they really... Well, I mean, what do you want me to give him, an A for that? No. I think there was an overreaction to the game that he played opening day against the Saints in Jacksonville, and everybody talking about he was done. You see all the controversy that happened off season. He wasn't ready to play, and then he comes back with a bounce-back performance, and everybody's like, see, I told you Aaron Rodgers was fine. No. I'm staying right here. Aaron Rodgers did exactly what I expected him to do. And sometimes even great players have bad games, like he had game 1. So I'm not going to go. Y'all not finna have me stock market up and down, up and down.
Really? Well, does that mean you would extend your flat line into the playoffs and say, I'm not going to get too high or low because he's always low in the playoffs?
No, Skip, here's the thing. Now, he goes out and does that against one of these, the Rams, or he does that against one of these top-flight teams. Okay, now I'm going to give him some kudos. I'm going to give him credit. But I'm not giving you credit for something that I expected you to do. And he normally has these bounce-back performances. I think they showed it on the screen. He has a bad performance and the next week, Skip, he throws 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Has a bad week this week, and the next thing you know, he's playing the Texans, throwing 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. So I think this was expected of Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not about to get too high. I didn't write him off when he played bad opening week, and I'm not saying he's the second coming since he had a bounce-back week.
Okay, my turn. On my favorite quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, the LeBron James of the National Football League.
There you go.
The biggest diva, the biggest blame-deflecting finger pointer in the National Football League is number 12 for the Green Bay Packers. He is the drama king, and he dramaed our king the whole offseason to the point of indigestion, where I just I was getting actually physically ill having to talk about him day after day on this show. But he is back, and now they are back. And to your point, I do concur with your assessment of the night. I just want to remind everybody that the Detroit Lions, in their opening day game at home against San Francisco, at home,
right,
They were down 41-17 with 153 left in the game. Just to keep this in some perspective,
Right.
41-17 with 153. They rallied furiously in that game, but unsuccessfully. And they have now fallen to 0-2. And despite having some young players that look like they could turn into nice little pieces for that team, they lost Jeff Okudah in the opener to a torn Achilles. And then they lost that kid, how do you say his name? Melifosu, the rookie. Yeah. Well, he got hurt on the chimney throw.
Right, yes.
And he's just a rookie, a third-round pick out of Syracuse. But when I watch him, I see flashes of not greatness, but goodness, where he could be
a solid starter for 8-10 years in this league.
Yeah, and he hurt his quad somehow as he made the tackle on Devontae on that throw. Okay, so in the biggest picture, when I talk about Aaron Rodgers, he is now 37 going on 38 years of age. He's obviously highly decorated in this league. One of the all-time great quarterbacks. Obviously, he's probably risen into, I don't know, at least the top 10 so far.
Yeah, you'd have to put him there.
Okay, so now you have to assess him. From this point forward, all that matters to me is what does he do for you in the postseason? Right. Because he made such a stink through the offseason that now the onus, the focus is all on the post. Yeah. Because I'm going to remind everybody, he fell to 1-4 in NFC Championship games by stinking up the fourth quarter of the game against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers at Lambeau Field in the NFC Championship game this past season. 1-4. By the way, Tom Brady is now 10-4 in AFC, NFC.
We're going to talk about Tom Brady.
No, you always bring up Brady or you bring up Kevin Durant. We're talking about LeBron. I just want to frame Aaron's achievement by saying he's 1-4 in championship games while Brady is 10-4. So Brady has 9 more championship game wins.
But the thing is, Skip, is that if you do it like that, everybody else seems mediocre. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning.
That's his lot in life. That's who he is.
But that's what I'm saying.
He is paired with Tom Brady right now.
But to say because he's not 10-4 like Brady, therefore he's not any good. Peyton Manning is not 10-4. Joe Montana is not 10-4. That's not true.
Okay. Well, I just want to frame it with the fact that Aaron Rodgers went to one Super Bowl long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, 10 years ago, and he won it against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I give you credit for that. But since then, I don't give you credit for 7 and 8 in the playoffs since the Super Bowl. Okay. And when I look at the 7, we start to look at, could this be that it was the Dez caught it game? And
which they won.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but Dez caught it. I mean,
he didn't catch it.
No, he did. Well, he did catch it, and we were going to win that game and go on to Seattle. We'd already beaten them in the regular season. We were Super Bowl bound. If you make the call, what did the referee call it on the field? Touchdown.
Hold on, but
right under his nose, he called a touchdown, and it was, and you got away with that, right?
You have replay. You have review.
All right, and then you got Kirk Cousins, and you got what's his name, Joe Webb. Joe Webb? You mean Joe Webb? He's a receiver playing quarterback for the Vikings. You're kidding me. And then there was the Giants, the Odell boat trip game, and they came up there and they were not ready to play. You took advantage of that. Then you got the Mason crossbar game where Mason Crosby saved your bacon with those 2 intergalactic field goals at
Didn't he get him in field goal range?
Okay.
Now you just gave, hold on. But which one of those field goals was longer than the one Greg Zuerlein kicked on Saturday?
Was that a playoff game?
No, but I'm just saying, you gave Dak credit. Talk about Dak did what he's my $75 million man got him in field goal range.
Well,
okay.
The second one was that far. It was 56 yards.
Okay.
51 and 56, but they were the ugliest looking, weirdest looking, most inexplicable field goals I have ever seen in my life because I can't even figure out how either one of them made it over the crossbar.
What do you say about Kawhi's shot? You've never seen a shot from the corner.
I thought we weren't bringing up other things.
No, but I'm just saying. We're
doing apples to oranges. It was the luckiest shot I've ever seen.
But did it count?
Yep, it counted. And he won the championship by hook or crook. But he did. I give you that. Okay, and then we go all the way down to the playoff game that they won last year. Jared Goff's got a pin in his throwing thumb, and Aaron Donald's got cracked ribs. And I can't give you a lot of credit for that one, right?
Skip, injuries are a part of football.
Okay, so what about 6 out of 7 games is like, Well, let's see. The 7 you've won, 6 of 7 are tainted to me. They have asterisks by them.
Well, since we're doing tainted, which we'll talk about tainted, which we'll talk about a little late in date and time, dealing with Spygate.
Okay.
But what about last night? What did you think about his performance last night?
I thought it was shaky in the first half, and if we could see one throw that he made to Valdez-Scantling, who wound up catching 0 passes in this game, which is not a good sign.
Right.
If we could see this throw at the end of the first half, what is that? Like that was just bad. That's like
man
bad.
got pressure. You do not see that pressure?
I don't see any pressure. Oh, come on. That's Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Off-Platform. Mr. I don't care about my footwork. You can't even come with that. What are you doing? He threw it like a yard behind him and 3 feet too low.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, was that not a poor throw from Aaron?
I said it was a poor throw, Skip.
All right.
He missed him a couple of some deep balls also.
In the first half, he was a little shaky because I think they were feeling some pressure because against New Orleans, they got annihilated, and he played the single worst game, I thought, of his whole career.
Okay.
Of all the games I've ever seen, I've never seen him play worse.
Right.
And he threw a couple of what I call what-the-hell interceptions where you just threw it up for grabs.
But I thought, Skip, I thought last night is that the Lions came out, did a great job of putting pressure on the Packers offense early because Jerry Goff was going right down the field, and without Zadarius Smith, they couldn't generate any pressure early. So Goff had all day to pack the ball, and he was finding guys open.
I got it. And I had one dear friend text me last night who's a longtime, from the heart Packer fan.
Yeah.
And he was like, is our new coordinator, Joe Barry, going to be the equivalent of